conspiracy theory, there's no shot. There's no shot this is actually zero sugar. In the 13 years since Coke Zero has been invented, they definitely, I think it's just got sugar. It tastes too sweet. I think it has sugar in it. It's that good. And I think they've just, well, is anybody auditing the Coke Zero to make sure every can has no sugar? It'd be a circular planet. Like, do you think that maybe like 1 in 8 cans has sugar just to keep you chasing the dragon? And then when the FDA comes around and like samples it, they're like, on average, the median can has no sugar. No shot, bro. That's sugar. Guy who invented aspartame, I guess, what's Coke Zero? Sorbitol? Give me a minute here. Aspartame. Really? Really? I thought Coke Zero used a different artificial sweetener. Am I mistaken? I'm not mistaken on that so far, at least. I'm not mistaken. I see a great team name, by the way, the Lush Balls. Now we're talking. Okay, I know what you're going to suggest. Maybe. I think you're going to suggest, NL, have you figured out a mental model for this week? I have not, except to say I got a 10-piece in Arena on my phone, and the sauce was a level 3 owl, spitting out a level 3 mouse every turn, which generates 3 gold, and the free 3/3 apple upon selling. At least it's certainly it's a different style than I'm used to. Let's put it that way. But it's an interesting weekly that I have not figured quite out yet. Let's put it that way. The other thing I would say about it, I certainly don't want a mole, and I think you can tell how I feel about the dodo based on my choices there. I know this looks crazy. Just work with me on that one. Yeah, I don't know. The one thing I will say about it is it seems like you flame out pretty quick this week. If you have a good run, it doesn't seem to go as long as the previous weeklies where you were getting up to round 17, 18 to try to figure out who won. It seems like a lot of people are losing their HP. Myself, not just included, myself chief amongst them, losing their HP like real quick. Which is, I guess, to say that it's not very drawish in the early game. It's not very drawish. Instead, you just lose life and then die. Unless you figure out what you're doing. Or get a lemur, which I guess is the main thing that people are looking for, myself included. Please, 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 please. That's got to sting. Especially because it's to a clone, of all things. To lose is one thing. To lose to a clone, kind of outrageous with it. Well, honestly, I think this is a new habit for ranked, and it may not apply for every weekly, but I would, rather than roll 3 times right now, I would much rather just buy a unit that I can get some efficacy out of and then sell next turn for some effect and some gold as well. I'm not stoked about my team. I'm not anti my team right now. My team just is what it is. Unfortunately, I see a lot of porcupines. By a lot, I mean literally 1. It's more than I'd like to see. I'll tell you that much. I see several garlics, possibly more by next round. I would like to not see so many garlics, but it is what it is. I'm running fish at the front to avoid people who are using moths. I'd rather have my fish trade with whatever they moth. Then our game plan is basically let the elephant go infinite, but things need to shake out pretty well for that to happen. Pain. Not so much pain. I do understand it might not be considered sensible to kill your second best unit. Just to keep your best unit alive for another 10 seconds. Okay, well, we have to do something because this is not working. Right now, I was hoping for something like that. I do think, me personally, I'm more confident in the owl if you get it much earlier. Now, I like the crow, but I am starting to look at this like maybe the falcon could get a decent trade in here. And I'm not talking about Anthony Mackie. I don't know if anybody really warrants an elephant or a broccoli. So I will be rolling. I think worm can be interesting this week too, but you know, he's 4 attack, 2 health. Maybe you with a broccoli kind of makes sense. I got to figure out what I'm doing with this ant because we can't kill it. I think we're in a horrible spot right now, just to be honest. Must be the aspartame. I would be surprised if we weren't down to 2 life at the end of this round. Porcupine, huh? Wait. I'm going to be summoning my own porcupine, though. Okay, and then I'm going to be summoning my own fish. All of a sudden, am I crazy? That actually looked a lot better. Now, I would like some garlic. The ants, it's a 4/4, but it's not generating enough long term. Probably garlic is what we need. We don't really want it to apply to the betta fish. We're sort of just skimming for a level, I suppose, and we're not going to get it. So who do we want it to apply to? Tough question. Well, here's the counterfactual. I could do this. And if you live through the first attack, we'll be stoked. I think that's, thinking about it for a second, it's probably the right way to look at it. If you get one tapped, that sucks. But I mean, I think we don't want to overwrite the meat on the elephant. Like, that's too valuable for us now. And the betta fish coming to position 3, buffing our elephant, gives us a snowball's chance, you know, of making something happen in position 4. It'll depend. I'm trying to look at some of these, like learn from these winning squads, okay? Porcupine is a big element. A lot of moths, a couple spiders. I think that's what's throwing me about this weekly is I want to be like, oh, this weekly is like really bad. I think it's bad because it's hard to crack. Because there's like, I'm getting beaten by diverse teams. I can't just be like, oh, they got a jellyfish, so they win. Or I got a jellyfish, so I win. So like you actually have to, my benevolent, optimistic appraisal of this weekly so far is like you have to be a good player in order to understand what's happening. You can't just rely on kibitzing on your opponents, which is unfortunate for me because that's kind of what I've relied upon for a long time. Now we're hoping for levels. I'll take a foam sword. It's just a better toy. Obviously the lemur we kind of missed the window on. The falcon, if we could get something happening, we'd be stoked. I guess we always want you to. And a level, hang on. Move you to the back. A poodle is like kind of important, but a lion possibly, if we could figure out how to scale it, you probably need like a worm, or what are the foods like this week? Not great for scaling. And there's no like lower tier scalers. Maybe we should just go. But poodle was, the thing is, lion is like a big jump, and then this week it'll scale slowly. Whereas the poodle is like no jump, but you'll scale faster, in all likelihood. Right now, we probably actually need the big jump if we're gonna stand a chance. And whoops, I didn't mean to watch the replay. We may or may not stand a chance, for the record. I'm as lost as anybody else this week. One thing I will tell you, I gotta tell you, it would be lovely to be the man who is receiving a porcupine early, because we know for a fact that's good. I think you have to be sold. I will take you now, just to give us a better lead on a level up. Lion is going to be a 9/9. Falcon leveling, pretty important. We can't run a poodle and still get the effect of a lion. Sorry, Tomo's just He's rattling around down there in the computer area. What are you doing? But get away from the cords, man. I think we're really trying to get the lion to level 2, which is why I'm buying a crow, even though it's quite expensive. I would say it's not unrealistic for us to finish in the top half. I know this sounds like I'm sandbagging, but really I know someone quit early. So I'm guaranteed not to be 8th, but I'm happy to not be 7th either. Because like I have been struggling a little bit this week. Like the mole scares the you-know-what out of me. You're going to summon a 16-16 mole. The rest of your squad's not that amazing, but still. Hi, Tomo. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi, you feeling better now that we... Oh, no. You feeling better now that we force-fed you some water with fiber supplement in it so you were finally able to poop? I bet you do. Heron can go crazy this week, too. I think we're cooked. If I'm being honest, I think if there's a way out of this, it is the lion leveling. We don't want you to level because we don't get immediate benefit out of it, and also we can't buy a tier 6 anyway. I doubt the heron is going to work. Okay, in this case, I would just given what we have available, I would buy that. And you know what? Let's run 2 melons at the front. This might, I know it looks like, why wouldn't you want it on the Falcon? I want the melon on everybody. But if the lion's going to be like a 10-10 with a melon. If the first shot doesn't kill him, but does damage, he'll get another melon from the heron. The heron itself will have a melon. Ergo, it should... Oh, it's only when it breaks! Let me off this crazy thing! I'm in trouble, man. Hi, Tomo. You wanna say hi? YouTube apology video for doing so badly in SAP, grabbing my cat. I've just been feeling so bad lately about not understanding melon helmet. I mean, I guess that would be really good if it just gave 2 melons immediately. Well, I guess, no, that makes sense because the mongoose gives like 2 coconuts. I know it's a tier higher, but coconuts are like demonstrably better than melons. Hi, Tomo. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I think we're coming in 6th place. Also, after buying a heron, yeah, we screwed up our whole... He stole my whole flow! Bar for bar! Line for... This is negative elo. Okay, that's bad. I mean, this weekly has been catastrophic for my overall... It's crazy that elo's a dude's name. It doesn't stand for, like... elucidated ranking object notation. Put me in the game, please. I only have 12 minutes. That's not bullish. We don't have time to finish a versus in 12 minutes. Well, we do if everybody goes really fast. It's horrible. It could be amazing next round, but it's kind of horrible this round. I said kinda. Like, like there's a way out. I'll be a dizzy lizard. That's just a good name. Well, we'll play as long as we can play, okay? Hi, Tomo, do you want to get up in my lap, buddy? Maybe I was wrong earlier when I was so kind, by the way. Maybe this weekly is more feast or famine. Instead of diverse archetypes, it really does seem like we mostly lost to porcupines and then like a big yak. But I should also note that at any point, I could just be running a porcupine or a big yak myself if they show up. I haven't put much respect on the yak's name. You might be saying, what's the horse doing? Honestly, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing. Hey, this is something I like. I bought it just because it did give us some stats temporarily. I don't know about you. Listen, I love my son here. But it's kind of irritating when you just sit like right in my blind spot I know you don't understand like driving, right? But on the highway, if someone gets in the left lane to pass you and then they don't pass you and they disappear in your mirror and they're just hanging out in your blind spot for like, 2 kilometers, that's an act of war. That's an act of aggression. You're like, buddy, what's your problem? It's the same thing. You're sitting down there like right where my wheel would run over your tail if I did like a Hungry Box style pop off. So thank you so much. I'm going to take my level in case we get a lemur. No lemur, life goes on. And I stand by our positioning. Being less precious about the equipment we take will probably matter. They need all chat, man, so I can be like, hey guys, I really gotta run to pick up my kid from daycare, please. Okay, best name. Motherly Others. It has the kind of alliterative stuff that I like. Fussy Fireman. Naughty Pieces. I gotta give this one to Motherly Others. But I kind of like Dizzy Lizards too. Obviously, I'm gonna be biased, but I think I'm definitely in the top 4 as far as names go. Really? We're gonna time out on round 3? You would do this to me? How dare you? It's that simple. I just have to build a team that can win on autopilot, which means we need a poodle. And then everybody else is gonna be like, why is this loser timing out every round? I have to pick up my kid from daycare. I shouldn't have queued, but it's too late for that now. Okay, important. Possibly important. And nothing of value. We buffed the porcupine. Go, 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 go! I'm just telling you, man, like carbonated water, caramel color, phosphoric acid, yummy, aspartame, potassium benzoate. Nat, you ever hear the Whole30 diet? I don't know if Coke Zero applies. That's why I'm stealing this, or being inspired would be the way an artist would describe it. I really think that there's something to the idea that Coca-Cola is one of man's seminal inventions, because it's a creation that is completely unique. It's like jazz, or poetry, or Crank 2 High Voltage. Like, it's not a facsimile or a mere recreation of a God-given phenomenon on Earth. This is not Terry's Chocolate Orange. Whoa, it tastes like an orange, kind of. This is something man sprung forth from his own id. And there's something gratifying, I think, as a species, knowing that. You piece of junk. Dying to a clone again. Pardon me. It does also make you burp. No doubt about that. Give me this. I think this is a great time to go all in. Get a level 2 worm. And even though we're going to be running 4 squatted temporarily, I don't care. Now we have to wait for a minute. And then you always say that, then someone goes, it tastes like the cola nut. Nobody knows what the cola nut is. As far as I'm concerned, the cola nut stole the flavor from Coca-Cola. And I don't care if Pepsi came first, okay? Radiohead wasn't the first band, but they were the first group to truly understand what music can do. And that's why we respect them. At least until they released Pablo Honey. And then they lost all their commercial sensibility, started trying to make art, all this stuff about the incoming negative implications of technology. Bro, what are you talking about? You've got mail. It says you've got mail in a cool robot voice. What could be negative about this? Hold me, hold me, hold me. Tomo, if you go in the chords, God is my witness, there's going to be problems, okay? Hit me, place me, and bet a fish me. This is where we want to be. Could you play a little faster? 6-second turn timer, that's all I'm asking for. Because I'm on a roll, man. Or at the very least, you don't have to put me on a 6-second turn timer, but could you at least eliminate some other squads real quick? Because I'm going nuclear mode. Like this team, it knows what it's doing. Hi, buddy. It's crazy. Like it's like a Dark Souls character. Like I try to grab him. It's like a fighting game. I grab him. He moves exactly out of my command grab range, and then he moves right back in once I'm in my recovery window. He's like, "Don't pick me up." But I am gonna stay here, right in your blind spot. Tomo, you know what kind of car you would drive? If you were a person, you would drive a white BMW SUV. Some people out there are saying, what? Some people out there are going, I know exactly what he's saying. They do be creeping up in your blind spot and then just saying there. They do be coming up beside you going, I'm annoyed this guy's only going 5 over the speed limit, and then going exactly the same speed, half a car length beside you. They do be doing that. Now I don't trust you anymore. Hi. Hi, Tomo. Let me get a break on this one. A flashlight, if you will. And we will. I still think this is a good squad. I do also think, realistically, I have about 8 minutes. I can lose 3 rounds in 8 minutes. Don't doubt me, okay? A lot of people doubt how bad I can be at this game. When I really try, if I don't put my heart into it and I don't put my thought into it, we can accomplish anything. No level of mediocrity is beyond our grasp, okay? Man, that potassium benzoate kind of hidden right now. Potassium benzoate, potassium citrate, acesulfame potassium. This 3 different kinds of potassium, man. They should be advertising it as like a health food. Teamwood, I'm just being honest. We need to have a shame button that is like hurry up. Like we need a horn. 30 seconds, sure, I'm not going to be using the horn. But if 6 people are in and 1 person's waiting, the horn button should activate so we can all honk at them. It would be silly. It wouldn't be toxic. Just like in cars. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button again. Skip me. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. I mean, they better not be out here, like, chatting to their Discord kitten. That's all I'm saying. I told you, we lose to a clone once more. Another unit is dead, though, so worst case scenario, we're still living for it here. We need this. You could probably get away with that. No. None. No. At this point, we may want to consider... Honestly, I'd love to just get some garlic on it. So this is what always happens to me. Round 6, 7, 8, I just roll 8 times looking for an animal that doesn't exist this weekly. Now, I'm just being honest with y'all. What would it take for you to ready up in less than 120 seconds? You can do a lot in 120 seconds. Just ask Robert Pollard of Guided by Voices. The Gold Heart Mountaintop Queen Directory off of B1000, that thing's got to be at most 94 seconds long. Let me go check on that real quick. The Gold Heart Mountaintop Queen Directory. Total runtime on this son of a gun, it's 1:45. That's 105 seconds. What did I say? Am I crazy? Has the man lost his mind? Do we take these? We don't take these. I can't handle this weekly, man. Wait a minute. We're so close to 5th place. Okay. You're trash. You're trash. Let's be honest. Give me temporary garlic. Like my name is Paul McCartney. 5, 3, 1, 2. It's perfect. That being said, we wouldn't mind getting a little bit more. Please. Somehow, I don't even have enough time to outlast Calving. Calving's got some equipment going on here. Everybody's got a porcupine. Squidman's has a 1727 owl. I gotta put some more thought into this weekly, man. I simply don't understand it. I thought that level 2 worm early and porcupine would basically carry. I mean, I'm not losing by much, but I am losing consistently. Like, I'm not... It's not like every round I'm getting blown out. Usually I'm losing by like half of a scaling unit. But it is happening every time. So... That's pretty bad. Well, you know what? We know that it's one of the people that still is in the game. So... I'm going to say it's... Who's got the craziest team here? It's probably you. You're figuring out what to do at that spot. Buy me, sell me, roll me, oyster, sell me, bird of paradise, sell me, buy me, crow me, level 2 bird of paradise, paradise. Do not snake me under any circumstance. Not again, bro. I can't handle it. Oh, no, this weekly's a disaster. Anyway, at least we're on time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I'll see you next time. See ya!